On April 20, 1889, in a small town in Austria, a boy named Adolf Hitler was born. At the time, nothing about his early life suggested the role he would later play in history. He was a struggling young man with artistic ambitions, searching for purpose and recognition. So how did someone with dreams of becoming an artist become one of the most infamous figures of the 20th century? In this video, we examine Hitler's early years and explore the circumstances that gradually led to his radicalization. This is Professor Timeline. Like, subscribe, and let's travel through time. Adolf Hitler's childhood was far from easy. His father, Alois Hitler, was a strict and authoritarian man who often resorted to physical punishment. The relationship between father and son was tense, and Adolf frequently felt fear and resentment. His mother, Clara, was much gentler and more caring, but her warmth was not enough to offset the harshness at home. At school, Hitler struggled academically and received good grades only in drawing and physical education. In the early 1900s, Adolf Hitler lost both of his parents. Despite their difficult relationship, Adolf experienced the loss with deep sorrow. After finishing secondary school in 1905, Hitler wanted to become an artist. He showed some talent and produced decent paintings, and one might wonder how history could have turned out differently. However, it did not. He applied twice to the Vienna Academy of Fine Arts, and both times he was rejected. In late 1907, Hitler moved to Vienna, a transition that marked an important stage in his life. The city was a center of cultural activity, but it was also where he faced poverty and social instability. He lived in shelters and inexpensive rented rooms, experiencing life on the margins of society. During this period, Hitler began to form his political views. He immersed himself in literature that promoted ideas of nationalism and racial hierarchy. These beliefs took deeper root as he encountered social tensions and economic hardship, first in Austria and later in Germany, particularly amid the instability that followed the First World War. His prejudices toward Jews and other groups intensified during these years. When the First World War began in 1914, Hitler volunteered for military service. He served in the 16th Bavarian Reserve Infantry Regiment and quickly distinguished himself as a disciplined and committed soldier. Combat became a formative experience, a kind of baptism by fire. He was awarded the Iron Cross, second class, for bravery, but he was also wounded twice, in 1916 and again in 1918. During the war, he lost several comrades, an experience that deepened his bitterness and hostility toward Germany's enemies. These wartime experiences would later become a central foundation of his political ideology. After the war ended in 1918, Hitler returned to Munich. He was deeply shaken by the dramatic changes around him: Germany's defeat, the November Revolution, and the Treaty of Versailles, the terms of which he strongly rejected. Under the newly established Weimar Republic, Hitler felt profound disappointment and distrust toward the government. He viewed it as weak and incapable of restoring the country after the war. He believed that Germany had been betrayed and humiliated, and this sense of grievance became a catalyst for his future political activity. In 1919, Adolf Hitler joined the German Workers' Party, a small political organization with radical right-wing views. He quickly became one of its most active members and soon gained attention as a powerful public speaker. His charismatic speeches and ability to capture the emotions of audiences allowed him to effectively influence and mobilize supporters. In 1920, the party was renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, and Hitler rose into its leadership. On July 29, 1921, he became the party's chairman.
In November 1923, Hitler attempted a coup known as the Beer Hall Putsch. He gathered supporters in a Munich beer hall and declared the beginning of a revolution in an effort to seize power.
The attempt failed. Police forces dispersed the insurgents, and Hitler was arrested. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but served approximately 9 months. During his imprisonment, he wrote Mein Kampf, in which he outlined his ideological beliefs and his vision for Germany's future. After his release from prison and the writing of his major ideological work, a new phase began in Adolf Hitler's life. By this point, as the leader of the party, his worldview had taken a clearly defined shape. What lay ahead was a period of ruthless internal political struggle, the Great Depression, alliances with industrial elites, the consolidation of power, the suppression of opponents, and ultimately the outbreak of the Second World War. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what historical topic you'd like to see next.